Hello best learners, this is Mustafa here at Learn with the Best, and today we're going to be discussing Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. Law number 40, despise the free lunch. In this video, I'm going to define the law for you, and then we'll go over the 4 types of foolish people who are all on the wrong path, and then we'll analyze this law at the end. This is going to be a big video because there is a lot to tackle here. However, I do believe that this is one of the top 5 most important laws from all of Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. So stay until the end and make sure you understand this law thoroughly. Here's the law. What is offered for free is dangerous. It usually involves either a trick or a hidden obligation. What has worth is worth paying for. By paying your own way, you steer clear of gratitude, guilt, and deceit. It is also often wise to pay the full price because there is no cutting corners with excellence. Everyone has a different relationship with their money. Some use it for good and some use it for evil. Some spend it carelessly while others hoard it until the day they die, never having used a dime from their golden mountain. Let me be very clear, dear viewer. Money is simply a tool and nothing more. It is one of the more powerful tools that you have at your disposal, but it is a tool nonetheless. Money is to be used as a means to an end. It is to be used depending on what your life goals are. If you're wandering around your life aimlessly with no goals and no purpose, then you are likely in the more than 99% of the human population that go to work to pay for their worthless and completely unnecessary crap. And while you do this, you're making the less than 1% of the population wealthier. Let's look at the globe in this demonstration. There is a North Pole and a South Pole. In this scenario, all of the powerful people are on the North Pole. These are the people who know how to use their money as a tool in order to achieve their purpose in life. For every one person on the North Pole, there are 10,000 sheeple on the South Pole. Everyone on the South Pole either does not have financial literacy, and these are the people I mentioned earlier who work their 9-to-5 jobs in order to run to the Gucci store on payday and buy worthless things that they don't need. Or they are the kinds of people who think that they know how money works, and they believe in their minds that they are using their money strategically. They falsely believe that they are in the less than 1% on the North Pole, but they are gravely mistaken. These are the very dangerous types of people that everyone should avoid, no matter if you are in the North or the South. These dangerous people can be broken down into 4 types: the greedy fish, the bargain demon, the financial sadist, and the needy giver. Let's look at each one of these types more closely. But before we do that, I need your help with YouTube's algorithm. Please smash that thumbs up button below, because if you don't, then YouTube is simply not going to show this video to anyone else. Please also subscribe and click on the bell icon, because if you don't, then again, YouTube won't let you know when a new video is uploaded. And if you want to transform yourself from a lamb to a lion, then check out my course pinned in the top comment below. I will give you the tools that you need for success, but you have to actually step up and put the work in on yourself. This course is not for everyone because the work is hard and the majority of the population are sheep. But for those very few of us who do want to walk the path of a lion, this is the course for you. Okay, let's get back into the video. So, the greedy fish is the cold and ruthless type of person who takes the human element out of the equation and only views others as pawns or roadblocks in their greedy pursuit of money. They don't care about people's feelings and they alienate possible allies. No one wants to be associated with the greedy fish, and over the years, they end up alone. These are the types that are lured very easily by conmen, baiting them into whatever scheme. if you come across this type of a person, then avoid them at all costs. Here's a quick little story that perfectly describes the greedy fish. Once upon a time in the ancient world, there was an old woodcutter who went into the mountains every day to cut wood. He would sell the wood for silver and hoard the silver until that silver turned into gold, and he cared more for this gold than anything else in the whole wide world. One day, a tiger sprang up at him while he was cutting wood and carried him away in his mouth. The old man's son saw his father in danger and ran to save him. He carried a long knife, and seeing as how he could run faster than the tiger, who had a man to carry, the son soon overtook them. His father was not too hurt because the tiger held him by the clothes. When the old woodcutter saw his son about to stab the tiger, he called out in great alarm, "Do not spoil the tiger's skin, you stupid rat! If you can kill him without cutting holes in his skin, then we can get many pieces of silver for him. Kill him, but do not cut his body." While the son was listening to his father's instructions, the tiger suddenly dashed off into the forest, carrying the old man where the son could not reach him any longer. And the old man was soon killed and picked to the bone. Remember, there is no such thing as a free lunch. Okay, so on to the next type. The bargain demon is the person who will go to Target and buy a pack of gum for 75 cents. Then later on, when they're at Walmart, they'll see the same pack of gum for 69 cents. That's what she said. And so what they'll do is they'll buy the gum from Walmart for 69 cents and return the gum that they bought at Target for 75 cents in order to save 6 cents. These are the people that believe that their money is worth more than their time, their sanity, and their peace of mind. Always remember, dear viewer, your most valuable resource is not money, it is time. So one of my aunts, right? She's someone that I grew up around for a good majority of my life. Let's call her Aunt Sally. Okay, so Aunt Sally once liked a wallet that she had seen at the mall like a year before. And at the time, the wallet was $10, but she never bought this wallet. And over that following year, she would often think about the wallet, and it would fill her up with regret because she did not buy it when she had the chance. Her regret got to a high enough level that she decided to go and look for that wallet again. Now remember, a full year has passed. She went to the mall, to the same store that she had seen it that year earlier. And guess what? She found the wallet. The exact same wallet that she had been wanting for a year. Only now it was out of season. And so the store had marked the wallet down by 50%. It was on clearance. It was $5 now. The store only had the one wallet left. Only one in stock for $5. So Sally picked up the wallet and she was so excited that she finally found it, or so it seemed. What she did next was amazingly baffling. She called an employee over and she proceeded to haggle with him, telling him that the wallet is out of season and asking him if they could mark it down even more. The employee simply said no, and so she put the wallet down and walked right out of the store. Remember, there is no such thing as a free lunch. We're coming back to Sally in just a second, but let me define the financial sadist first. The financial sadist is the one who plays vicious power games with money as a way of asserting their power. These sadists believe that if they pay for something that benefits you, then they have power over you. They believe that it gives them the right to torture and abuse you. Just like the greedy fish, if you run into this type of a person, run the other way and never look back. So my Aunt Sally, my family member that I was just talking about with the whole wallet situation. So another family member of ours was getting married in Canada, and so the family from the US was going to go and head over to Canada to attend this wedding. My mother and I were going to go in my car, and Sally was going to go in her SUV. Sally got to talking with my mother, and remember, they're both sisters, and they both agreed that we should all go together in Sally's SUV. The SUV is bigger and more comfortable for a long road trip. Big mistake. From the start, it was assumed by Sally that I would be driving as the youngest and probably safest driver in the family. And so fine, I drove, not a big deal. I enjoy driving. It's Sally's SUV and she's paying for gas, but my mother and I are pitching in for other things like hotel stays and food and little things here and there. Now here's the thing, we had planned to go and see Niagara Falls because it was on the way to the wedding destination. For those of you who don't know, Niagara Falls is a beautiful state park on the border between the United States and Canada. The last time that I had seen Niagara Falls was when I was a 4-year-old kid, and so I was excited to go and see it again as an adult. My mom and my Aunt Sally were excited to see it too. So after a lot of driving, we finally get to Niagara Falls and I park Sally's SUV. I can hear the peaceful thumping sound of the waterfalls thumping in rhythm with my heartbeat. I can feel the moisture in the air as I'm taking in the scent of nature. All of this from the open window of Sally's SUV. You see, dear viewer, as soon as I parked the car, Sally said, "No, this is not a good spot." She was afraid that another car would come and park next to her beloved prized SUV, and that the passengers of the other imaginary car may open their doors too violently and carelessly, putting a ding in her precious 15-year-old SUV. So I looked for another spot, and really, no spot was good enough for Aunt Sally. We drove around for more than an hour until I finally found a very small parking lot with no other cars around. To the left, there was a handicapped space, so that space is a huge space, right? And a potential car that would potentially park there is of no potential threat to dinging Sally's precious SUV. But to the right, there was one open spot where a car could potentially park, and so Sally said, "No, this is not a good spot." She said she was tired and that we should just go ahead to a hotel and get some rest for the wedding on the following day. She had the power to do and say and abuse me and my mother the way that she did, all because it was her car that was being used. Ladies and gentlemen, I have just described to you my Aunt Sally, my family member whom at one point in my life I loved dearly, who is a greedy fish, a bargain hunter, and a financial sadist. Remember, if you run into someone like this, you want to get as far away from them as possible. It is not worth your time, it is not worth your health, and it is not worth your sanity. Despise the free lunch. Take your own friggin' car. Okay, so the final type of person who thinks they're being smart with their money, but is actually being a complete and total fool, is the needy giver. This person will give and give and give until they have nothing left, and then they will give some more. This person's giving has all sorts of strings attached. They believe that if they give to you, then they will be loved and appreciated. They subconsciously believe that they are not good enough to have someone's love for real, and so they try to buy it. The needy giver comes across as pathetic pathetic in the eyes of all. These are usually men who buy lavish gifts for their girlfriends, take them out to nice 5-star restaurants, and provide them with everything that they could possibly need. And what does the girl do? She enjoys all of the expensive gifts, but she will never fall in love with the guy because he's screaming to the world, "I'm not good enough, so I will buy you the sun, I will buy you the moon, and I will buy you all of the stars. I don't care how much it costs. I will put it all on a credit card, and then I will spend the rest of my life paying for it. Whatever you want, baby, it's yours." It goes without saying, avoid the needy giver. So, how should you be using your money? Like I said at the beginning of this video, use your money as a means to an end in achieving your life purpose and your goals in life. One of my big life goals, for example, is to be free from my 9-to-5 job. I understand that my time is something that I can never get back. I am trading my time for money at my 9-to-5. I cannot ever turn that equation around and trade my money for more time. Sure, I can buy healthy foods, I can hire the best doctors and the best fitness coaches and have them all working together to make sure I live the longest life possible. But I will never be 23 years old again. I will never be 27 years old again. I wasted those years working at my 9-to-5 for money, so I could use that money to pay student loans, so I could pay rent, so I could buy food, so I could pay for my car, so I could use the excess in treating my girlfriends out on expensive dates, so I could buy useless stuff that I didn't need. You see, dear viewer, I have been there too. We all have. We are not born with financial literacy burned into our brains. So in closing, always remember to despise the free lunch. Pay full price, because having something of worth is worth paying the full price for. If you like my YouTube content and you want to support me and the creation of even more content, then please check out my Patreon link in the description below. I upload new videos every Friday for my Patreon subscribers that go deeper into my life regarding the 48 laws. These videos are a bit more raw and untamed than my usual videos here on YouTube. And if you're a patron of mine already, then I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because it's people like you that truly make all of this even possible in the first place. Lastly, if you're interested in transforming yourself from a lamb to a lion, then check out my course pinned in the top comment below. Please don't forget to simply subscribe, smash that thumbs up button, and make sure you hit that bell icon so YouTube can let you know exactly when a new video is posted. If you enjoyed this video, then please engage with it, because it shows YouTube that people are interested in my content, and then it makes YouTube promote my content even more to more and more people, and it helps me, and in turn it provides more content to you guys, the viewers. I hope you enjoyed this animated video on Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. Law number 40, despise the free lunch. Thanks, and I'll see you next time for Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, law number 41.